Right. Ready to dive into a topic that's, well, it's kind of overlooked sometimes,
Oh, I hear you. It's one of those things everyone talks about, but
But maybe not everyone actually masters.
yeah, exactly.
And in trading, I feel like it makes all the difference.
Couldn't agree more.
So we're talking self-discipline today.
Okay, love it.
And, you sent over this quote, "A trader with no self-discipline is just a gambler."
Yeah.
And it just, it struck a nerve.
It's so true, though.
Because, we all want those big wins.
Right?
But, think about it. Are we really approaching it like seasoned investors? Or are we just, rolling the dice at a roulette table hoping for the best?
I think that's such a powerful analogy because it really highlights the difference. Trading can feel like a casino, right? All those ups and downs, the constant potential for wins and losses.
Totally.
But the thing is, a disciplined trader, they see those fluctuations not as invitations to make impulsive bets,
Right.
but as pieces of information, data points, within a larger, well-thought-out strategy.
Yeah. It's about having that game plan.
Exactly.
Not just getting caught up in the moment.
100%. And that's actually where the source material gets really interesting because it stresses the importance of having a system.
Okay.
Not just any system, but one that's tailored to your risk tolerance, your understanding of the market, that kind of thing.
Which makes sense because everybody's got a different comfort level, right?
Oh.
Some people are okay with, higher risk short-term trades.
Right.
Whereas others are thinking long game, the slow and steady approach.
Exactly.
But even then, having that predefined game plan seems absolutely crucial.
It is. And that's where, this idea of discipline really comes into play because it's the differentiator,
Okay, I'm listening.
So imagine this. You've done your research. You've identified what you think is a really promising opportunity.
Right.
And then, boom, the market takes a sudden dip.
Oh, man, I've been there.
Right. Now, a disciplined trader, they've got their plan. They know whether this is just a temporary blip they need to ride out or if it's a signal to cut their losses.
Makes sense.
But without that discipline, it's so easy to get caught up in the emotion of it all, selling out of fear because you're worried about losing even more. Or on the flip side, holding on to a losing trade for too long, hoping for a reversal that may never come.
It's tough. It's really tough.
It is. And that's why this is so important.
So it's about removing that emotional element, or at least not letting it totally dictate your decisions.
Precisely. And the source material actually touches on this. It's almost like a light bulb moment. With discipline, you're not gambling, you're strategically investing.
Okay, I like that.
It's a subtle shift in mindset, but it can make all the difference.
So how does someone actually build that discipline? Because it sounds, simple in theory.
Right.
But in the heat of the moment, with real money on the line, that's got to be tough.
Oh, it definitely is. Well, I think it starts with education, really understanding the ins and outs of the market you're trading in.
And then being honest with yourself about your risk tolerance. How much are you actually comfortable potentially losing?
Right.
And then finally, and this is probably the most crucial part, developing that system.
That system, yeah.
Yeah, whether it's setting stop-loss orders to automatically limit your losses if a trade goes against you, or having a set of rules you stick to no matter what, that kind of thing.
So you're taking the emotion out of it, at least to some extent.
Exactly. It's not about being a robot, though,
Right.
You can't eliminate emotions entirely.
Human nature, right?
It is.
Right.
But it's about recognizing when those emotions are starting to cloud your judgment and being able to say, okay, I need to stick to my plan here.
Makes sense.
Because in the end, it's your money, and you want to be in control.
That's a fantastic point. It's not always easy, but it is possible.
I love that. It's about harnessing those emotions, not letting them run wild.
Exactly. You got it.
This has been super insightful. Really appreciate it. Now, for everyone listening, let's bring this back to you. Think about your own trading for a second. What part of your approach could benefit from a little or maybe a lot of discipline? Is it setting those stop-loss orders we were talking about? Sticking to a trading plan even when every fiber of your being is telling you to do something else? This deep dive is all about giving you the tools and, maybe more importantly, the mindset to face the markets with, a calm and strategic approach. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime.